Good morning, everybody. Hello. Hey, it's Becky from Power Tools with Thread. You are in our Stitchuation room. This is a Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. virtual stitching retreat where you hang out with me in here and follow me on my sewing journey. Oh, Frito's here, you guys. And I hope I can inspire you all to put something under the needle or to get busy with a project that needs done. Yeah. Where's my Frito? Where is he? There she is. Where's your bucket? This is our little rescue Frito. She's a little stumpy tail cattle dog. Yes, she's a sweet girl. Why are you always behind me? Because you're a cow dog. That's why. People can't see you, Frito. You're going to be shy, huh? You got your Dave biscuits? They're a mess. You're just a messy eater. Yeah, you are. Okay, that's good. I'll give you your stick when you get to. Are you done? Want that? All right, go brush your teeth. Bye-bye. Just gonna delicately dip about. How you guys doing? Oh my goodness. Did you guys enjoy that name tag yesterday? I did. I actually made 3 of them. Testing out different things. So if you weren't here, my camera looks like it's had a drink or two. It's leaning a little bit. Yeah, I did several yesterday and my sample turned out acceptable. Okay, that turned out just fine. But see how it's got puckers? Okay, that's the front fabric is what caused that. It just once that heavy satin edge goes around, you're going to get lots of puckers on that. And to me, this just looks homemade. I mean, of course it's homemade, right? And when you go to these, if you were to wear it to a guild or an event or whatever, or the class that I'm going to, it's meant, everybody knows you made it, but I am after better. So I did some, well, sailing thing. Everybody's like, hi, Frito. I had mentioned to y'all yesterday so the name tag, the whole point of the name tag was a free name tag. You can get it. You want it. If you want that, the links are still available below the video of this one right here. Okay. And if you want it, you can go get it and watch that video. And I explained step by step how we did it. And it turned out just great. Now, you can also fast forward, you guys. You don't have to listen to all that. If you want to catch it on replay, grab the little thing on your deal and move it across till I get over to the machine. So, but I had talked to you guys about things that you could make it on. And I went ahead and tried it with the poly twill from Designs and Machine Embroidery from Dime. Okay. So poly twill is different than just standard twill that you would buy off the bolt. It's got a poly backing and it really, really stabilizes it. And I want to show you what this looks like. So look at that. Okay. And that's not a bump. I know it looks like it in camera, but it's not. That's where the backing is. As a matter of fact, I think I could take this off. This turned out just beautiful. Now it looks the same. So see how there's no fraying on the edges. Let me do a zoom so you guys can see. I want to show you on these edges what you get. Okay. So let's take a look at these. What happens here, see this little bit of fraying right there? That's the back fabric, this white fabric getting shredded and punctured by the needle. Okay. You don't have that if you don't use quilting cotton and you just use the poly twill. And this turned out just beautiful. Now I have white and I may go ahead and do it again because you can't really see the green on here. I do like the white, but I don't have white with a print, which is what I really wanted. So one of the two. Okay. Now I did another one that had, was it here? No, I did another one that had white poly twill and white, this fabric on top of it. So I had 2 layers of that. And I got the same result. So if you are going to be using a quilting cotton, you risk fraying. So on those little frays that I could not snip off, I tried to use a little red marker and just kind of dot them in to, Sharpie them in a little bit. And it wasn't a Sharpie, it was a Crayola marker. And I went to go wipe the glue off, okay, from the stabilizer, and it bled all over it. It was a hot mess. So that one was a fail. Oh my goodness. Yeah. What if I backed it with stabilizer? So I did have SF 101 on the back of this fabric. It didn't matter. Did not matter. So I don't know. It's one of those things where you just have to kind of keep going and see what's going to work. I know I just really, really like how clean this looks. So I think I'm going to remake this in a white today. And then I will have my choice of colors depending on what I'm wearing. Okay. So to me, this is fine. And if I didn't have twill, I'd wear it. I may wear it anyway. Who knows? Depends on the mood, right? I like options. Okay. And I sacrificed some So Tights HD magnets out of my stash. The HDs are heavy enough if it's really cold in there and I want to wear this on a jacket, I can, or my fleece or whatever. So Lisa promised it would be chilly. So that's how yesterday went with that. But you guys are hashtag power tools. If anyone's looking too close, blah. That's right. That's right. I got some ironing stuff for you today. US shipping only, please. Okay. We have a silicone iron rest from Me Time in a pretty red, right? Remember everyone deployed. Love that. And a Clover hot pressing tool. Very, very cool. So pressing tools for free from Power Tools with Thread. Oh my goodness, you guys. All right. So I'm just going to set these here. I know I'm going to reach for them again. I wanted to pull up. Let me get rid of this thing. I wanted to pull this up, do it right, quilter.com. Yesterday I was reading along in my, I get my local paper. I get it digitally. And I always read it when it comes in. And I belong to the local chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution. And there was a lady in there when I joined, Kay Fowler. She passed several years ago. And Kay told me, she said, oh, my cousin Nanette is a quilter too, right? So her cousin Nanette, not just a quilter, but a master quilter. And she actually was right up the street from me here. So yesterday I'm reading in my paper and I see that Nanette passed on February 18th. She was 80. And I wanted to show you guys, Diana, you need to do a hashtag, which is the little pound sign. Okay. And then Power Tools is all one word. All right, sweetie. So try that again. Yeah. So, and you guys can only put it in once. The computer doesn't count multiples. So don't waste your time. All right. Where do you buy the poly twill? Bonnie, I have it in a link below the video. You get it from Designs and Machine Embroidery. They have different groups of colors and whatnot. So anyway, I wanted to share with you, just as a little honor to Nanette. She called me and we chatted a lot, and I am nowhere near in her class of quilter, but I wanted to share with you just the quilt. You're spelling it correctly. Poly twill. Yeah, Bonnie. You're spelling it correctly. I wanted to share with you just the quilt on her blog, Do It Right Quilter. Look at that. Isn't that incredible? Nanette was amazing. So I put it on her. So she's got quilts from 2014, 15, 16, all the way up to 2023. And y'all, her last blog post that she put out right here, okay, February 16th, 2 days before. 2 days before. And then she was gone. And so life is short, my friends. Buy the machine. Buy the fabric. Get that pattern. Get busy. Don't leave things undone. All right, y'all. Yeah, she was amazing. And it wasn't expected. You can see that. It wasn't expected. God just said, your turn. Come on, let's go. She was a neat lady. So that was a bit of that's one of those things you look in the paper and you go, oh, darn. So she was something else. Yeah, that's too bad. But all righty. Bernadette got a new job. Yay. Oh, you're cleaning a local church. Good for you. Good for you. So yeah, I don't know what happened. I haven't talked to her husband yet. And I can't ask Kay because she's not here anymore. So that's just one of those things. I won't know. I don't want to go up there. I mean, it was the 18th of February, but you just never know. So enjoy. Quiltwood, I'm doing my level best to keep the economy going. Me too. Yeah. So yesterday, Keith and I did his live. It was at 1:00 yesterday for Sophia, the block of the month from Legit Kits. And an hour into it, we had to go because he had several more parts and pieces that just for that first month, it was going to take a little bit. But y'all, hauling all of this equipment that I use all the way to his room where he sews and setting it all up. And obviously we had major audio issues because right now the microphone that I'm using is on my MacBook, and he was too far away from the MacBook to make that work. And the audio setup that we had with the lapel mic, long story short, it was bad on the audio. Okay. And we know that. And so we, and thank you for those of you who put up with it and stuck through. We appreciate it. Once we got the lapel mic turned off, which was way too loud, I didn't have the console on the software to make that work. Why is that so hard? Used to be you had a box with a dial. You just turn it down and it worked. No. Now it has to be a piece of software. Oh. But so last night I did some investing into a setup like this for his room, so that when he's doing his monthly, then he may do another block of the month, and he's got that in there, and he'll be streaming on my channel. So pretty cool. So, hey, is Betty Boop in here? I have a notice on my calendar that it's Lisa's birthday. Is that Betty Boop's birthday? It was a good episode. Yeah, thank you guys. There you go, Joyce. I love that. She said it was a good episode. He did great. She was stitching right along while he was yakking away. That's great. That's the whole point. Yeah, go Keith, his own setup. Yeah. Well, it's like, for instance, okay, on my iron over here, that was my Aliso and I forgot to bring it. So now I'm back to the Cricut for now, because I figured that out at the last minute. Well, Keith actually, yeah, story time. I know, right? One woman production team. I was telling him that, and it's so funny. He was sitting on the couch and he's looking at his phone or whatever, and I'm hauling all this equipment in there. And I'm doing everything. And I said, get up and help me. This is your show. What do you want me to do? I'm like, we've got 25 minutes until showtime. And I'm like, go get my laptop and bring it in here so that I can work and do this, right? So he unplugs my laptop and all the cables and brings it to me and hands me the laptop. And I said, I need the stand with the card and the camera switcher and all that on it. Well, you didn't tell me that. I said, you diva, go in there and start bringing equipment in. Oh, Betty Boop, is it your birthday? She says she's here, but she's heading out. So anyway, that was fun. I was ready for the day to be over. I've had 3 days this week with 2 lives. That's just too much. So wish you could have been a fly on the wall. Yeah. No, you don't want that. But I don't know if it, did she say yes? It slipped by me. So anyway, I got him his own equipment and I said, you're just going to have to figure this out. You're just going to have to figure it out. Man, I know, Marisol. I know. So it is Betty Boop's birthday. I thought so. Okay. I've got a couple of Lisas in my life. I wasn't sure. I'm really, really bad about that. I'm really bad. Yeah, it's too much. 3 days with lives is too much. Yeah, that's too much. So we're going to skip next week for his Sophia live because SoFest, Quilt Fest is all next week on Sewing Machines Plus. And that's an 8-hour day thing. And a lot of you watch that. And I don't want to pull you away from there. So we're going to do it again the following Thursday, I believe. We have room. The 4th Thursday of the month, we're out of town. We are going to Canton. Is there birthday cake in the bathroom in the kitchen? Is there birthday cake in the kitchen? Scotty Dog in there running the kitchen. Y'all, on your way in, hit the thumbs up button if you would. And if you're sitting on your couch watching on the TV or your recliner, grab that channel remote and hit the channel up button. I'd appreciate it. So let me show you. I brought the poly twill. Let me show you why it's different for the name tags. You'll love this. If you want to make name tags for a group, okay, your bunco group, whatever, right? This is the brights, and you get all of these. See, I made it in the white too, and this blue. So you have all of this is the one for the brights. Okay. So on the back, you get really long pieces. Okay. So you get a whole good amount. And there's 4 inches off of this one that I cut already. So it has a stabilizer on the back of it already. See that it's not just standard. Listen, almost like cardboard. Okay. So heavy cardstock sort of. This stuff is great for name tags. All right. Any kind of patches that you're going to make. And this, guys, it's called a name tag, but it's a patch. So any patches that you're going to make, this poly twill is just the best stuff. And you get pretty, pretty, pretty edges, beautiful stitching. Okay. So I have a link to the poly twill in the description box below. And if you'd use my link, I'd appreciate it. Helps keep the channel afloat. So I can buy Keith his own equipment. Yeah, the production company end of this is just, it's a lot. It's a lot. So I need to, now I've got to spend some time this weekend. I got to spend some time this weekend getting some little quilts together to sew on the long arm for Quilt Fest for Sewing Machines Plus. Y'all, if you're thinking about getting any machines at all, long arms, embroidery machines, whatever, wait until Quilt Fest. Okay. You can get a heck of a deal. They always have the best prices on that. So, alrighty. I said, now, yeah, you guys want to do it. Let me see where we're at on hashtag Power Tools. 575 entries. Good, good, good. Okay. And the giveaway today is a couple of pressing tools. You are going to get a iron rest from Me Time Embroidery. Thank you, Me Time. And this actually came in one of my boxes. And a hot press. How fun. Yep. Has anyone used poly twill for anything other than patches? Oh, interesting. It's pretty stiff. I'm not sure whatever you would want it for, right? Okay. No, that's not that. I can't put that there. That's distracting. I guess I can set it underneath here if that's where. I'll just have to remember it's under there. So I was stitching some more of the Ohio Star blocks for the, I finished this one. That's for Firm Foundation quilt. I'm doing that one right there. And I know I said I was going to work on the sunflower for Prairie Home. Now, Prairie Home is a Lori Holt quilt along that starts on the 15th of March. The 15th of March is International Quilting Day. Yay! All right. Y'all that are living in the north, I'm sorry. It's going to be in the high 80s here today. Yay. Into the shorts. If you watched yesterday, you might have noticed, if you watched Keith, he was in his shorts yesterday and barefoot. Yep. When is Quilt Fest? It is Monday through Friday next week, Michelle. Monday through Friday. Sew Machine Plus's channel. Just get out there. Would it be good for outside yard flags? I imagine. Maybe flow. It might. Yeah. Not real big. I mean, you're limited to the size of the piece, right? I don't have the paper with me to tell me how big it is. I love my Black Rifle coffee. So I wanted to stitch on my sunflower today. Got stuff to do here. I've got my easy stacks with the first 4 blocks. Let's see. That's not it. I think it's on the bottom. There they are. And all of my letters fell off. That's what I don't have the fleece on the back of these. That's why they're not staying. There we go. Alphabetties everywhere, and that's okay. That's all righty. 7:45 to 3:30 or so. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, and it's on Pacific time. That's right. All righty. So I want to get to, these are the colors that I chose. Now, I'm not using Lori Holt fabric. I'm using, this is Laguna Sunrise from Sherry and Chelsea from Moda. But I'm using the Prairie Home pattern. So Prairie Home, this is the book. We're not making the quilt on the front. We're making this. It's a sampler sew along. See that? Isn't that cute? And that sunflower up in the corner, that's what I'm making right now. How do I attach the fleece on the alphabetties? I use a dab of hot glue. What is that? That was weird. I use a dab of hot glue on that. All right. So we have the quilt on the front. Why don't I have the fleece glued on? What else do I have to do anyway, right? I know I need to do that. That should be the first thing I do when I open a package of these alphabetties. So on the back, it tells you which blocks we're keeping up with. So starting March, well, they have March as getting ready. So I like to stay a month ahead because if life gets in the way, then I'm not behind, right? So for April, we have to do 3 blocks and it's the sunflower. And I put on here that I cut that on 222. That's a big thing. Getting ready is just cutting, right? Pardon me. We have the tumbleweed block, which was also cut on 222. All 3 of them. I've spent some time on the 22nd of last month getting them cut. And then the Prairie springtime block. So page 98 is our sunflower. Yep. You use the glue dots to put on your fleece. That's a good idea. That's a great idea. Yeah, why not? If you can just peel them off, put them on, but then you got to fit. I don't know. Let's see. I need page 98. There are so many quilt patterns in this. Y'all, I love the Wagon quilt block that's in this book. And I was looking all over in this to see, because the Wagon is not part of the sampler. And I wish it was. And I was looking all over to see if I could modify the quilt and add the Wagon. That would be so cool. If one of you can figure that out, that'd be great. If you've got EQ8 or something and you can figure it out, that'd be wonderful. EQ, whatever version. So this is the Wagon block right here. See that? Very, very cute. But it, how big is it? I need my glasses. And they are dirty. Oh my goodness. You wanted her to add the milk can. I know. You know, traditional blocks are fine. I like the picture blocks. You don't want too many of them. It'll look funny. So put it on the back as part of the label. Oh, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. That block is big. That the wagon block is big. It finishes at, it doesn't finish. It's 16 and a half by 20 and a half. This is a big, big block. See this, just this right here. Now the wheels are a major pain. And I thought what I would do is applique the wheels on. You know, just make the bottom with the, make the bottom. I would snap applique the wheels. Let me show you guys. Let me get you in here and show you the wheels. Look at this. Look at those. You want to make those? No, thank you. Oh my word. That's crazy. And then a whole bunch of them for the whole quilt? No, I don't want to do that. So I thought I would find a wagon wheel, scan it in to the scan and cut, resize it because the wheel needs to finish at 5.5. Okay. I don't know if I could do that or not. The wheel unit should measure 5.5 square. Get yourself the wheel, right? Cut it out on the scan and cut and let the embroidery machine. Yeah, it looks like a challenge, doesn't it? John, I know. I love that. And I was like, oh, I would totally applique that wheel on. Yeah, that's how I think. Inches. All righty. So, but then go to all that trouble. I know I'd have to put it on the back. But she's got, I saw in a video from the Fat Quarter Shop, there's a dozen of these wagons in on the quilt. Is that right? No, there's only 9. But this thing's big. It's a big quilt. It doesn't look it in the picture, but it is. Finishes at 82.5 by 92.5. It's a lot. You do, Sandy says, I do whatever I can in the hoop. Yeah, if you can swing it, that's definitely the way to go. But I like that. I wanted to put it into this quilt, and I guess they just couldn't make it work. But that milk can, that might be something that you could do, right? Swap out blocks. That's what I'm talking about, swapping out blocks. I need page 98 to get my sunflower pattern. And then let me see here. 196, 98. What's the name of the pattern book I'm looking at? Amanda, this is Prairie Home by Lori Holt. This is a year-long sew-along with the Fat Quarter Shop. And I've got links to the book below. Okay. And all the fabrics and all that below. Let Keith paper piece the wheels. Oh my goodness, Sharon. They almost need to be paper pieced, don't they? They look like it. Hi, Susan. She says, I finally made a live. Yay. Today, give us a hashtag Power Tools. We have some pressing tools for you guys. US shipping only, please. I've got a silicone iron rest and a clover pressing tool. There we go. Oh, good, Cindy. Thank you for the double thumbs up. I appreciate that. Okay, so the Prairie Sunflower Table Topper is where this block comes from. Right here. Get in and show you what it looks like. Okay, that's what I'm making right there. Just the yellow flower. So this book is kind of a, this quilt is kind of funny because you've got to look at it, and we're only making one of the sunflower, okay? But in the pattern, there are 4 of them for this quilt. So you've got to go and get your brain right and say, okay, so for the background quilt, the background print is 64 2-inch squares. Well, I don't need 64 2-inch squares. You got to divide that by, and I don't know how many squares I need. I can't divide by 4 because the background squares are used all throughout this quilt. So then what I did, I'm just explaining you how we're getting ready here in March. Okay. So what I did was I went through on the build page and just looked at the sunflower block and said, okay, I need for fabric, it's talking about using fabric C squares on fabric K squares. All right. And so I need how many of those? And I look at the big picture and count that out. I wrote to the folks at Fat Quarter Shop and I said, hey, can you guys give us a fabric cut amount for just one block? Otherwise, you just sit there and you stare at it, and that's a whole bunch of time wasted, especially for me. I look at it and I'm like, oh man, no, I got to think. So, the thumbs up might be a lag, Kathy. It might be a lag. She says there's 1,100 watching and only 443 thumbs up. You guys, that's okay. It's a lag. YouTube counts it. It has a different counter. It's okay. So, sipping on your coffee like me, Patty, it is good. What's going on in the kitchen? Anything going on over there? We had a lot of fun in the kitchen yesterday. They turned it into happy hour. There was margaritas and mimosas flying around. It was fun. All kinds of stuff. All righty. Let me see here. What would you say? Please have Keith consider doing small paper piece projects for us folks not wanting to do a larger project. So ML Weber, that's Sophia's only 30 by 40, but you're talking about little bitty things. The problem with that, it's got to be something he wants to make, right? And there's not that many small paper pieced patterns, if any, of things he would want to make. You've got to have the drive to finish it, right? And if it doesn't do anything for you, man, I can understand that completely. I get a lot of stuff in from all kinds of designers and vendors, and they're like, would you make this on your show? And would you make this? And would you make that? And you guys, if it doesn't do anything for me, I tell them I'm busy, or my calendar's full, or whatever. Okay. Because why overload myself with stuff that I'm not motivated to make, like that t-shirt quilt? Not motivated to make that. That is a forced thing for me. I don't know why. I don't want to do it. And that's okay. I just set my watch for 30 minutes and do what I do in 30 minutes. And then I set it aside, and I'm doing that day by day by day. And that's how I get through projects that I don't want to do. Your easy stacks came. Good, good, good. Yeah. Well, maybe they can do some more smaller project ideas. You're right. You can also shrink down. The guy at Legit Kits, I was talking to him at Road to California, and he said you can shrink it down by like 40% or something like that. So, yeah. Yeah, Quilt Wench is right. Life is too short to make things you don't want to make. So, but I promised my friend I would. We were going to lunch the other day, and I told her I really miss her husband. He was the life of the party all the time. All righty. So I'm going to be making, now I need the C. Now see, and my alphabetties came off, so I don't know which block is which anymore. Great. I found them in a pile in the bottom of the Yazzie bag, and I said, oh man, where'd those come from? Okay, so here are my block C's, I can tell. And the block K is what? A 2.5-inch square. So that's this one. There we go. Okay. And I need to make, it says make 16, so I need to make 4. That's the hard part of the brain for me. You couldn't see any laptop tables on my Amazon store. You're going to buy one. It's in my tech, the one that I've got here. I also just bought another one for Keith. I like laptop tables that have a shelf down below because I'd like to set things right there. Okay. I like to have things on there. This one, this is the lowest I can set this. Y'all, it's hot in here. I'm turning on my air conditioning. I'm going to die. I'm fixing to spontaneously combust. Hold on a second. Woo, can't have that. All right. I've got to drop the temp. Woo, man. Okay. There is a big, beautiful birthday cake in the virtual kitchen for Betty Boop. She left. She'll probably pick it up later. Pictures Boutique for FPP patterns. Okay. I have never heard of that. Thank you. See, that's the thing I don't like about that Cricut. It times out after just 10 minutes or so. Whereas with the Oliso, it stays on for 30, unless you are lucky enough to have one of the original ones that stays on forever. I like that. Ooh, okay. Air conditioner? Oh, yes, yes, yes. Yeah, y'all, right now it's in the low 70s and it's stuffy in here, and we're going to be in the high 80s today. Going to be beautiful. I had a guy come by yesterday to refresh the flower beds. I called him. He had a little picture on Facebook in our local neighborhood and of doing flower beds. You know, if you need them redone. Oh, mine need done so bad. And Betty Boop actually gave me calla lilies from her house. She lives in Carolinas now, South Carolina now, but she used to live near me. We used to work together back in a former life. And she brought calla lilies down when her mom passed. Her mom had lilies in her flower garden in Connecticut. And so Lisa brought them down and put them in her garden in Texas. She loves to garden. She likes to go out and piddle and do all of that, right? Not me. That's not me. So anyway, she brought some over here and put them in my garden, and they look great. But the garden doesn't look great. The flowers look fabulous. The garden doesn't look good at all. White on white. What am I doing? I am doing right and left corners. 2 got you. Okay. I need to make 4 opposite corners. Okay. So I'm going to be doing my sew and flips is what I'm going to be doing here. So those of you that love gardening, good for you. Y'all, that is not a gift of mine. Not a gift at all. That's all I can do. So anyway, this guy, I told him, you know, I think it's important when I went and looked for some pictures of how I think I want the beds to look. And they've got to look that works here for our lifestyle. Okay. So my husband rides around on that 0 turn at 90 miles an hour all over the front yard, and he doesn't like to edge. So I need something that's not high maintenance as far as, I guess it doesn't matter which way these are turned. I need something that's not high maintenance as far as edging goes. And I picked the color rock I wanted, and then some drought tolerant plants. And we're going to call it good. That's it. So we'll see what he comes back with. You keep your callas in pots. So anyway, I just was like, well, we'll see how that goes. Okay, so I'm going to, I just laid these out and I'm going to be turning them as I sew them. So I'm putting the ruler corner to corner. This is my method. Yeah, calla lilies, you can't hardly kill those. Putting the ruler corner to corner and marking on the piece that's hanging out from underneath the ruler. That's the piece that's going to be cut off. All right. So that is the part with the point is what's going to go into the corner. And then I'm going to sew on the line. And because the ruler's corner to corner and the line is right next to the ruler, that's going to give you room. In the garment sewing world, it's called turn of cloth. That's going to give you the turn of cloth that you need to be able to fold that other piece over. That's that flip part of the sew and flip. You're going to be able to fold it over and it'll fit perfectly every time. Okay. And then you're going to enjoy your quilting because it's not going to be a mess all the time. So I wish I would have gotten to know Nanette better. I would have loved to pick her brain. She had lots of ribbons all over her sewing room. They did mention she was a master quilter in her obituary. That was nice. Are you going to have your quilting in your obituary? I don't know what's going to go in mine. Probably not much. Okay. So I've got these marked. And I just have them opposite corners so I remember that's where they go. And I'm going to chain piece these. So how this works is the reason I put a little mark on them is because when you do a whole bunch at one time, if you're marking a whole stack of them, you forget because the line looks so centered. You forget which way. Okay. So anyway. All righty, let's go. Let's do a little bit of stitching here, shall we? Get this rolling. It's not going to stitch itself. So I'm making sure that the part with the mark is to the outside. And I'm going to go here. And then that's the part that's going to be cut off. You guys, we got pressing tools today for the giveaway. Hope you guys are having a good time over there in the chat. So I like to sew as much as I can without cutting the thread, if possible. Just makes life easier. I'm also maintaining the integrity of the base shape by making sure that I don't have little fabric hanging over the edges anywhere on either side, okay? That concept of maintain the integrity of the base shape is so that I don't have any white hanging over the yellow and I don't have any yellow hanging over the white. They should line up exactly. And I've got that turned wrong. There. That makes it so everything lays nice and pretty. All right. So the whole point here, once you've got it like this, okay, before you cut it, because the line was right next to the ruler, now I have the room to perfectly match those corners. I'm going to thumb press them. Okay. And now you've maintained the integrity of the base shape. Okay. So it's still a 2.5 inch square. It's just now 2 different fabrics. And that's how you get the sew and flips perfect. Okay. That's a good idea, Heidi. Write it down. Yep. They even mentioned her cousin Kay, my friend from DAR. We got state conference coming up. Oh, you guys. So the Texas State DAR state conference is coming up. It's going to be in Houston. And years ago, I made a quilt from Doug Antler Quilt Designs. Doug, last name. It'll come to me. Anyway, I made his, I think it was called Coming Home or something. And it was a Christmas panel quilt. It was really, it was very pretty. Burgundies and greens and that kind of thing. Doug Lako, thank you. And so there was an all call for quilts to the Chemawa Indian, the DAR sponsors schools. And it was the Chemawa Indian School. And they did a call for quilts, and they had to be a certain length and a certain height and all that. Well, mine got accepted. You have to send in a picture of it, and it got accepted. And I'm the only one from Texas, I guess. And so I think that's what I heard. Anyway, I'm going to be recognized. So they asked for a picture. They were like, "Are you coming?" And I said, "No, I'm not going," because it's next Saturday, and I'm quilt festing on Friday. And I don't want to have to finish up late with Quilt Fest on Friday for SMP, which I had on the books forever. And then I have to drive to Houston, So no, I'm not going to go. But yeah, thanks. I was pretty happy about that. So I'm going to be up on the big screen at Recognition big dinner they're having. It's either Friday or Saturday night. I don't know. They haven't told me, but I told them I couldn't come. So anyway, that's very cool. And I'm very pleased to be recognized by DAR. So that's pretty neat. They were just tickled to have something that went in. All righty. Maybe I was the only entry. Who knows? That's entirely possible as well. So let me sew these on. That was kind of neat. But I mean, I could drive to Houston, but I just sent in a picture, and then they've got the picture of the quilt there. That was a beautiful quilt. Thank you, Elle. Thank you. That was fun. It's always nice, right, to get recognized for your work. Hey, you bosses out there, it's a National Employee Recognition Day, so go ahead and tell them that they can take the weekend off if you're a boss. My boss used to do that. He'd say, "Hey, why don't you take the weekend off? You've done a great job." He's funny. A really good way to recognize your people that doesn't cost a dime, you guys, is to take a sticky note that says, "I appreciate the work you do," with a smiley face, and slap it on their computer monitor. Thank them for a job well done. People do great when they're appreciated. It doesn't have to cost anything, right? You'll tell your husband he has the weekend off. That's good, Hardy. Mine takes the weekend off all the time. Maureen, you got to put a hashtag before the power tools, my friend. We've got about 7 or 8 minutes left that you can enter that if you want to get the pressing tools. Thank you, Fran. Appreciate that. I know. Calla lilies are easy. Those are my favorite kinds of plants that, they just grow. They're pretty drought tolerant. They come back every year. They grow in just about anything. And these are from Betty Boop. So I told the guy yesterday, you got to keep the calla lilies. Got to keep them. Mandatory. They came from Connecticut or thereabouts. Originated in Connecticut. The parent plant. I'm really good with cactus. We have outside my windows here, we have some box hedges. I think they're the Mexican heather. Pretty. They flower purple. Very pretty. All right. So these are ready for pressing and trimming. Let's see here. That. Oh my goodness, y'all. I don't know what I'm going to do today. I think I'm going to take today off. When I get finished here, I think I'm going to take today off and enjoy the day. It's going to be beautiful. I know I need to go to the grocery store. Oh my goodness. You already have them? Yeah. They're out there floating around. Well, you know, if you're a winner, you can pass them on to someone else as a gift. You can do that. Re-gift them. Quilting a Day had a pattern book today I already snagged. It's on sale. I got that. I also bought, I had told y'all when I was at Road to California, everybody, a lot of people had those jackets made out of quilt blocks. Well, I have decided that I'm not going to make quilt blocks for a jacket. So I bought some yardage of cheater cloth. That's what I got. I think I got the double wedding ring. I think. I don't know. So I bought some cheater cloth this morning. And when it gets here, I'm using Adita Sitar's pattern, which is to use a large sweatshirt and make a jacket out of, use that, cut it up, use it as a pattern. Quilting a Day is dangerous. I know. They've got specials every day. Oh, I wish I could affiliate for them. They don't do affiliate programs. Let's see here. Y'all would be broke. Showing you all the stuff. I bought the quilts for, it's one of the quilts for all seasons from, if you go to Quilting a Day, they have, up at the top, it says today's specials or today's deals or something like that. If you click that, it's the book that's in that. And there is a little pumpkin runner, a little Halloween runner, and it says boo on it. So it has a bee and then a stack of 3 pumpkins to make the O. So cute. That's what got me, was that one. That got me. Will I make it? Probably not. Doesn't matter. Makes me happy. Okay. All righty. So I've got my 4 corners. Let's set these out. This is going to have to move on this design board. I'll do that in a minute. And so these, let's see here, are going to go, the corners go like this. Okay. And this way. And this way. There we go. All right. Sweet. Look at that. There's the start of my sunflower block. How about that? That's cool. Things that make me happy. I know. I love Eleanor Burns and Kim Deal too. I wish Eleanor Burns was at Road to California. She came up to the AccuQuilt booth right after I left, and nobody bothered to say, hey, look who's here. Dang it. All right. So next, I need a J rectangle and let's see, more C squares. And I need to make all 4 of these. The 2, okay, I got it. 2 squares up in the top here. So let me go ahead and mark these. Maybe I can get them kind of lined up. I can do 2 at a time. That would be cool, huh? That'd be very cool. Oh, see, you got to pay attention. There we go. White on white. I had several days where I hadn't stitched anything. And y'all, I was starting to get antsy. I was just sitting there looking at my sewing machine and I was like, I need to stitch. I need to stitch. It's driving me crazy. I need to stitch. Do you guys do that? I mean, I'm walking past it and I can see something laid out on the table right here, waiting for me to put it under the needle. And it was just driving me crazy. And so I went ahead and I blocked off some time and I set the watch again and just 30 minutes. And I got some stuff done and I felt so much better. That's kind of like when I'm staring at dishes in the sink. Drives me nuts. Can't stand it. Yeah, I got to stay on top of that. It's a burden being compulsive. It's a burden. Yeah. When things bother you like that, I remember days when I could walk past a mess and it didn't make me twitch. I remember those days. I miss them. Like, oh my goodness. So we were going to go to the coast this weekend and now we're not. It is spring break and it will be pretty busy on the water and out at the beach. And so we are not going. I'm going to stay home and sew up some quilts that I need done for Sew Fest next, or quilt. Change the bottom left. Okay. I need to change this one. There we go. Hold on a minute. Let me look at this picture. This way, that way. This one is correct. That one. Okay, you feel better? Quilters. Love y'all. Eagle eye. That's good. Good stuff. Yep. Everyone is saying bottom left is wrong. I flipped it. Okay, y'all. Patty says it's a burden. Drives me crazy. I know it. I know. That definitely. Oh, you guys, our time is up. I hope you enjoyed sewing along with me today. Chit-chatting. All right, last call, you guys. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Hashtag power tools for the ironing mat, the little iron rest. All right, you guys. Got it. It doesn't matter. Before I sew it all together, I'll double check. Okay, you guys. I'll double check. Make sure. I don't know why. So I'm looking at this. Yep. Right. It's out here. You know what? No. And then it's to the inside and to the inside. Yeah. So that these whites like this and these whites like this. Okay. Are y'all better? All righty. So let's see. All right. How are we doing on the giveaway tool? 875 entries. Oh my goodness. All right, y'all. Let's do the draw. I'm going to share my screen. Yep. Change our clocks this weekend. Yay. I love that. I love it. I love daylight savings time. All right, here we go. Ready? Thank you guys. Everybody who entered. Good luck to everyone. Good luck. Who we got? I hate seeing your name go by when you're last. Jody Barton. Yay. Congratulations, Jody. That's wonderful. Hey, send me an email, Jody, powertoolswiththread@outlook.com. And let me know where you want me to mail this stuff. I'll be happy to do that for you. Okay. Okay, you guys, be sure to share the channel with your friends. I love you guys. I love you so much. Thank you so much. This channel would not be where it is without you. And I know that from the bottom of my heart. You guys make it all happen. So y'all have a wonderful weekend. Get some stitching done. Okay. And we will see you on Monday. Y'all go sew something. Bye.